Hey, Buzz Aldrin wants to come on. So we checked. It's Buzz Aldrin. He wants to talk about his new book. And once he gets on, he goes, "It is the sole moon, Choron, or whatever it's called. Look up the moon of. I went off memory. So I get this stuff wrong sometimes. Of Mars." And he goes, "That is where the true obelisk is, and that will give us the data tapes to go to the next level. And I just wanted you to know that because you're a good person, that the pyramids were created by aliens, and we're doing important work."
There he is. Buzz Aldrin admits aliens built the pyramids and Phobos monument. Oh, the monolith.
Yeah, he said it after he talked to me on C-SPAN. Yeah. And
so he
Phobos,
said it? He really said aliens built the pyramids?
I swear to God.
This guy really went off the reservation. Like, do you think NASA's like doing a better vetting process now? Because this guy
Well, it's, he's had tough times.
Well, he just endorsed Trump.
Oh, did he?
Why did he endorse Trump? All the military endorsed Trump. All the police unions.
But listen, I'm not
Trump.
bragging. I don't know why. I thought he had him on about a book he wrote.
Mm-hmm.
He starts telling me about aliens, the pyramids, and the freaking...
Let me ask you this. What did you think about the Pentagon saying recently that they've recovered crafts that are not of this world?
I think it's probably true.
I think it's probably true as well.
I think we're like the ditch, like a movie theater.
When I talked to...
there's stuff in the ditch.
Yeah.
When I talked to Commander Fravor, who is the guy who saw that the Tic Tac UFO off the coast of San Diego, the way he describes it and the video footage that they got of this thing, and his take on it is fucking chilling.
Yeah.
That thing went from 60,000 feet above Tic Tac.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a Tic Tac. Like
That's Joe's new code name is Tic Tac.
I thought it was the TikTok UFO. I'm like,
No.
What?
Yeah, you look.
It's a huge problem.
No, it's this little Tic Tac
Tac
thing there.
TikToking in the house.
And what did he say about it?
Yeah.
He said that this thing went from 60,000 feet above sea level to 1 inside of a second.
Wow.
He said it defied propulsion by any understanding that we have of physics. The way it moved was insane. It was actively blocking tracking systems, which is an act of war.
That's nothing to do. They block all the radar.
You could listen to him on my podcast, but I would actually recommend you listen to him on Lex Friedman's podcast. It's available on YouTube, and Lex does an amazing job of talking to him and breaking down.
Let's do
the
that,
technical
Joe. What do you
aspects.
think the universe is? What do you think? Let's talk real. What's the secret of
Here
the
it is.
universe?
Totally legit report says Buzz Aldrin saw aliens when he was up in space.
That's sarcasm.
Oh. Well, that's not.
Joe, is that
totally
you in the
legit.
photo?
They said that
No.
he tried.
I don't look like that. How
Someone
dare
they
you?
reached out to his people and they said that it's bogus and we don't know where it came from.
It's bogus. We don't know where it
Well,
came from.
he came on my show and said that.
The pyramid thing?
Yeah,
The pyramid quote? He said it's bogus?
The UFO
Yeah.
thing.
Well, maybe they pulled him aside.
But Joe,
Buzz.
let's have fun here.
Lay off the
Everybody's
weed.
watching. It's an epic podcast. Part 3, Joe Rogan. I want to know. So what do you think runs the universe? What do you think the secret is? Who are the DMT elves? When's the last time you took DMT?
It's been a couple of years. I don't think that there is any doubt that there's other life out there. It's a matter of if it contacts us regularly, whether or not it's contacted us, or why it comes and why it visits. Or Jacques Vallée, I believe, I think his perception is not that they're from another planet, but that would be probably the least spectacular answer, and that they could be interdimensional travelers. Some people believe that they're time travel. And Jacques Vallée is the guy who Steven Spielberg, he modeled that French scientist in Close Encounters of the Third Kind after him. He's a really, really interesting guy. And he's
That's
been
what I
talking about
personally
this
believe
forever.
is it's interdimensional.
It could be that. It could be that our understanding of reality itself is very limited. It's like, if you wave your hand above certain insects, they have no idea you're even there, right? They lack the ability to detect it. That we have senses that we assume are the only senses that are available. And it is entirely likely that there are many dimensions that we don't have access to, right? And this is the quantum physicists and all those guys that write the shit on yellow legal pads that you don't understand. They all believe there's many, many dimensions outside
Well, there's no
of the
doubt to
dimensions
that.
that we're
So that's
aware
where
of.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I think the universe is insanely huge, and they're finding life-compatible planets on a daily basis. There's hundreds of them now.
So I agree with you. Let me ask this question then. What do we do about this corrupt political elite trying to make us look at them and follow them? How do we break free of them?
Well, no, that's a different thing of the universe. But my question is, why are they telling us now that they've acquired these ships, or that they have access to these things, or that they know these things are real? Bob Lazar has basically been describing exactly that and exactly the same way since 1989 when he was first hiding when he was on George Knapp's television show in Vegas, and they had him out only as a silhouette. And then he eventually came out and said that he was a propulsion expert that was brought to Area S4, and they've tried to discredit him, and they've tried to talk. But one of the things that he said was he talked about Element 115, and that this was something that they used to propel these crafts, and it was something that it could change gravity, can bend gravity, and propel itself in a way that is not like any propulsion system that we use now, which essentially you have to push something out the back to make it go forward, whether it's flames or a rocket or anything else, like even an airplane, right? It propels things forward. And what he was saying is that what this Element 115 is allowing them to do is to somehow or another bend space and time, somehow or another bend gravity.
Hold space.
But they don't know how it works. They don't know what it's doing, but
Well,
they
let's
know
talk about
it
this.
operates on this element.
Let's talk about this.
Hold on. They know it operates on this element that was only theoretical until I think it was 2013 or 2015. They used a particle collider and they detected it, and then actual Element 115 that it was actually real.
And that's what the superconducting supercolliders are for.
Well, I mean, they're there for detecting many things, right?
Cyclotrons.
Well, these particle colliders are for detecting many different things that are theoretical, and they find these things to be true, and then it becomes, scientific record. What I think is that we are apes. We are these weird talking apes that are in an adolescent stage of technological evolution. And what we might be looking at when we see these Tic Tac UFOs and other things, we might be looking at something from the future.